Good everyone, Froggy Picker here. In today's videos I will be transforming this cheap Abloy Classic cam into a cutaway. And the reason is I figured this was the best way that I could have to learn how to pick Abloy disc detainer. And I mentioned in one of the previous videos that Lockmaker Tattooer was very nice and gave me some of these very good handle here for that I will use for the peak. But before making the peak I need a cutaway because Abloy are pretty difficult to pick, and so as you can see, I already made a cut on one side, and this is to show you the stop side. So if we put the key in there, and when I rotate the key, you can see that all the discs are rotating to various degree. And then when the zero cut, which you can see here, there, and the back disc for tension are reaching the side of the plug or the hole, then the plug is going to rotate because the sidebar is receding inside of the plug. So that's all and good. However, what I want to see also to pick, and you know, when you push back the other way, all the discs are reset and you can pull the key out. So the Abloy Classic is the one that exists in the 70s or 60s, so it's a very old model, and you can recognize it by the semicircle keyway and also by the shape of the key. So the key bow is specific to Abloy Classic. On this cam there is a retaining ring in copper in the back, and you have to slide it around to get the plug out. So technically you can rekey actually all this cam if you have the right disc and the right key. So once you remove the retaining disc, or sorry, ring, then you can slide out the plug, and inside you can see that you have a groove where the bar is resting when it's not aligned, and then you can see here the bar. And so the thing that I want to add to this cutaway is I also want to see the bar side, and especially because every disc has false gate. And so if we go ahead and try to see what the first disc look like, so you can sort of see that you have the true gate here, but you also have a very slight indentation here and there. So let me try to get the disc out so we can see. So here you have the true gate here, but you can see that you have indentation that are false gate there, like you have two false gates. So I want to be able to see this false gate when I peak, so in the cutaway. So that means I need another opening on the other side of the plug. So let's try to do that. The way I will, so this is cut relatively precisely so that both ends of the bar are still retained by a little bit of metal, so the bar is not falling out when you rotate the plug. So I am not going to try to cut it to shape right away because that would be a little bit too dangerous. But so the way I did it is I will start marking the plug. So this is where the sidebar is, and then from there I'm going to open a little bit on each side. So let's do something like this, and let's do something like this to start. So I know I can go at least to the side, and really I can actually even start grinding the side. On the back I have to be careful not to go too far, so I will cut here, maybe a bit further. Okay, so this is going to be my cut. Okay, and I will be probably able to remove a little bit more on each side, but this is what I want to try. So let's go ahead, clamp So for the hole, what I'm going to use is a Dremel tool and some tungsten carbide insert. So these things can be bought for relatively cheap, and you use them pretty high speed, 17,000 RPM, and they chew through the brass of that casing. They're really impressive. So here I might go for, well, I already have one that I like. Also, with everything that you do, don't forget the safety glasses, because these things are really creating a lot of metal shards that are flying everywhere, so you probably want to cover your eyes. So let me try to do something, and I will reduce the sound level because it's kind of loud. So let me actually move that here and centered, and here we go. Okay, so for a first pass, that's probably pretty good, just to see what's going on here. So I can probably cut a lot more on that side. Yeah, I have some margin there, but let's go and see. Okay, so I won't be able to go much further. So what I'm looking at here is that I really want to have some groove here for the sidebar. So I don't think I want to go much further on that side. Maybe a little bit, but not too much more. Okay, so let's put the plug back in and see what it looks like. So okay, so now you can see the plug, and if I turn, here we are. cool. So still working. Obviously, because the plug is still full, you don't see the sidebar action, but that's not a problem. Okay, so you can see, yeah. Okay, so because the plug is rotating a little bit when we put it in tension, this side is a lot larger than this side. So let me mark the side that I want to cut. So probably I want an extra here, and also how far do we want to go? Okay, that looks pretty good. I think I can still go a little bit further on the back, but I'd rather take it slow and not destroy the plug. There's one more disc here, but because the sidebar is not going all the way to the end, I don't, or the groove actually doesn't go all the way to the end. I kind of don't want to grind more. Okay, so now if we want to do the next phase is going to be cutting the plug. And so to cut the plug, I'm going to just mark that window. And so you can see the window. Let me mark it with a okay. Okay, so I I will expect that I will need to hand finish this one, so I just removed most of the material, and then I will just finish it by hand, because that carbide grinder is a little bit too violent, so I don't want to. So for that I'm just using a needle file. Looks pretty good. Let's see with the opening here. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, so let me try to reassemble everything and we can see the end result. Okay, so you can see that it was well reassembled, because when I turn the key, all the true gates are aligned, and then you can see the false gate. Cool. Okay, so let's see the whole thing in action now. Sidebar. And the housing. And here we are. Perfect. So I think I may want to actually increase the window by another 1 or 2 millimeter, but beside that, this would be actually perfectly workable as a cutaway. So cool. That side. That is how you can make a Abloy cutaway, camlock cutaway. Anyway, that's all that I have for you today. Remember the rule? Only try this at home and leave any further locks to professional. Thank you. Bye.